I'm Anastasia E. Bell. I'm from Uptown New Orleans, 13th Ward. Babybangz came about so organic. I've always loved hair. I've always wanted to do hair. And I always wanted to be a hairdresser. Ancient societies, the hairstylist was also the midwife, was also the healer, was also the medicine man. That's an honor to be trusted to do that. And I do believe that there's chosen ones in the community that are able to do that, and they need a place to be trained. I got to beauty school, there was no such thing as natural hair. They didn't talk about it. It was avoided. They didn't even encourage Black people to come to the hair school. Something in me just rebelled. Every rule they had that I could break, I figured out how to break it. I'm refusing to do relaxers on relaxer day. I'm just gonna cause an issue because you need to feel this. So before the pushback, it was never a thing. But once I felt the pushback, it became everything. Man, I could just tell you horror stories of what it was like to do natural hair in white salons that were like quote unquote curls positive. Anything Black, I had to whisper. And you have to have Black ass conversations in order for somebody to trust you in their hair. I never had an issue filling my chair. It's like as soon as the word got out that someone could even fucking detangle natural hair, it was like wildfire. I've never had empty books.
Yeah, well, my daughter is the one that freed me to wear natural hair. I was one of those mothers. I've been relaxing my baby hair, relax my hair. She was like, Mama, please don't put a relax in your hair. And I was like, oh God, don't ask me to be natural. I had to go through withdrawals. I was like, oh, please. She said, no, you're gonna love it. She says, I'm gonna help you. So she is the reason I come to Anastasia. She says, because she knows, and Anastasia's know, I'm a religious patron. I'm coming every 2 weeks. I will come every week, except Anastasia, you don't need to come this week.
I don't need to see you that often.
I don't want to see you that often. Do something else, you know what I'm saying? So she helped me find Anastasia. She says, I'm going to find you somebody, because my hairstylist is like my therapist.
Your daughter wears an afro.
Yeah, my daughter wears an afro. Consistently, yes. By choice. Wow. She asked because she big chop. Yes. So at the time, me and her stepmom both had big chop. And I wasn't pushing it, like whatever, I'm kind of like a hippie parent, like whatever you feel, girl. And so one day her stepmom called, it was the summer, and she said, Yana wants me to cut her hair, what do you think? I'm like, if you want to cut it, if she wants it to be cut, just let her know it's going to be really, really short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've probably done thousands of big chops. Let me tell you how them 12-year-olds don't be tripping. Them 12 are like, I give everybody the same ring around. Mm-hmm. Everybody thinks everybody has a genuine experience, but there's levels of psychology I have to hit when I'm doing a big chop. There's the same questions. I read their energy, their response, their body language. And on the website, it says come emotionally and spiritually prepared for this, because I ain't got time to do the switches. Those 12-year-olds, that consultation is 1 minute. They're like, I want to do this. They don't have none of that. They don't. No, they really don't have that. Right. It's just like, what do you mean? Like,
being a mother made everything so real. My son is a lot of pressure to like respect our heritage, respect our lineage, honor our lineage. Because my father's from here, and his father's from here, and his father's from here. It's just important to me that even if he doesn't know the exact story, that he has a chance to live it out where he's from. I lack foundation. We don't have foundation. We built this country, and we work so hard, but we all start from zero. That's what it feels like.
What space do you feel safe right now?
That depends. Like, is it safe? Like, safety for my life, safety to be myself. Like, there's so many different. That's why I'm surprised you said job, because I don't think I've ever felt safe to be myself at work, like as a Black woman. You have to tone down who you are as a person to be taken seriously, because we already have this idea in the media of what we should be doing and saying and looking like. Just a certain type of Black woman, whether that's the angry Black woman.
Like, you have to play a character.
Yeah, so it depends on like what part of safety, because that's a very, very broad question.
I have created a safe space, but I'm only safe when I'm inside these walls. Once I walk outside, I'm no longer safe. We've lost a sense of community. Gentrification is definitely contributing to that. I'm from the real New Orleans. I'm from pre-Katrina New Orleans. And if I go into the 13th Ward and I go on the block that I am from, I don't even want to use words like anxiety. It's like rage. New Orleans is my inheritance, so I am not leaving. I love the heat, I love the humidity, I love the colors, I love the people, the New Orleans people, real New Orleans people. I love that feeling when like every woman is your aunt and they all care about your safety. I can't lose that.
When I think about like post-Katrina and the gentrification of our city and our neighborhoods, some people that are external to this don't fully embrace who we are. And you know, they want to be able to experience a second line, but they don't know a second line is an impromptu thing.
Yeah.
They want you to get a permit. They want to live in Treme. But they don't really want to live in Treme because, you know, they want noise ordinance and they don't want certain bars.
To know that, like, the most Black people that I ever saw out and about in New Orleans enjoying themselves was during Essence Fest, and it wasn't the people from here.
Exactly.
Like, to know that we were all working. Like, they were shutting down restaurants and different establishments because we were about to be outside. But it wasn't even the people that were from here. The people who are here can't enjoy what the city is producing and what the city is giving everybody else, then
What's the point?
yeah, it
Or
seems
even live
futile.
comfortably.
Exactly.
I can't even afford a house. In a house.
Babybangz is always gonna be a salon, but I personally am heading into like the education aspect of it. I do a really intense training phase before you can work for me. There is a reading list, and the reading list is not necessarily about how to do a roller set. The reading list is African history, African American history. Basically, it's like a deprogramming like situation I'm doing. It's a lot of psychology because our job is a lot more mental than it is physical right now. You have to have a strategy for how you're going to handle certain conversations. I'm great at doing hair. Everybody wants me to do their hair, but I'm gonna expire eventually. And it's just so much more important to me that this is a thing that's available to people.
That we could go, I feel, in America.
I cried about the name Babybangz. I was like, no, I'm gonna sound so ghetto. And my ex-husband was like, bitch, you are. What do you mean? That's perfect. That's exactly what you are. And that's exactly whose hair you're doing. Your client is Keisha from up the block. She just happens to be a judge now. She had Babybangz. She's had Babybangz for the last 40 years. They were just seen as inappropriate, but it's not. And it's literally what they tell her not to be. And that's what she is.
Who could live through a pandemic, an economic crisis, and the, you know, inequity and justice? Like, this is the lowest low that we could go, I feel, in America. And so, like Michelle Obama say, when they go low, what's gonna happen? We about to go so high.